Welcome. Sit back, get comfy, and let's get to it. Sit at My Grave, Season 5, Ugly, Chapter 6. A hoarse cough broke through the empty silence. "Are you feeling alright?" Arden questioned. He placed his hand where Reed's heart would beat through his shirt. Reed waited for the extra dig. Sharp air expelled from his nostrils, a scowl creeping on when the question lingered in the thickening air. He made a small maneuver, getting Arden's hand off of him. "Me? I feel just great. I love coughing up lungs in the middle of nowhere." Reed sassed him. He grimaced, smelling rust. Finally, he looked around again. Instead of being glued into this conversation, he got up, walking back in the direction they'd been heading. "Where even are we? We've been walking forever. I thought you got help," Reed questioned. Arden pulled himself up carefully, taking a moment to straighten his back out. He continued his slow walk, overtaking Reed, who hesitated, but continued following him anyway. Reed took a moment, glancing for signs around them. He thought he was getting closer to civilization earlier, but now it seemed the street would never end. The wind picked up considerably. All he could hear in the deafening night were faded sounds of creatures he couldn't even pinpoint. Reed's scowl returned when he tried reading the sign. The lettering didn't make sense. No matter how he tried to read it, he couldn't make out an actual word. Every time he looked back, it seemed to scramble more. "Did I hit my head?" he silently questioned. He almost ran into Arden, but paused before they collided. Arden turned to face him. "What's going on? You're acting like a freak. Why aren't you talking to me?" Reed asked, his voice carrying a more demanding tone. "I've been talking to you this whole time," Arden answered politely. "No, you've been talking at me and leading me nowhere," Reed argued back, huffing a bit as that cough stung his chest again. Arden's lips tightened into a smile. "Do you feel lost? Screaming at a void, but no one hears you." "No one listens to Reed Adler." "Not really," he answered. He approached him carefully, confusion enveloping in Reed's face, an awkward smile trying to find its way back. "You sound crazy. Are you reading your freaky book again or something? What is it? You came all this way to try to get me back for scaring you, right?" Reed pointed an accusing finger at him. He didn't know how much he believed it, but nothing much was making sense. Their eyes met once more. Something felt off. A shiver went through Reed's body. Reed stood still, hiding it. Arden didn't look annoyed, didn't look as concerned as he tried to sound. He looked right through him. Reed tried to restrain, but soon his cough was audible again, echoing in the dark, and with it came an ache that throbbed deep in his chest. Every cough settled sharply there. He couldn't stop them. "Reed, do you need help? Just ask." Arden walked closer. Reed held out his hand, stopping Arden in his tracks. "Talk to me. What are you doing?" Reed questioned him. He was eyeing Arden now. He noticed how his movements were being studied, and almost saw a smirk at the corner of his lips, a sickening gleam in his eye. He watched Reed hunching over the cough, though it settled as soon as it was formed. "Why are you getting so worked up? You're okay," Arden cooed gently. Reed coughed into his fist, his body beginning to jerk as he did, the pain tensing, his vision blurred slightly from it. Reed grunted, cursing into his cough, wiping at his eyes to refocus. When his vision was granted again, Arden had gotten closer, closing the gap by inches. Their eyes were forced to meet, and Reed's expression shifted. "Get back," he grunted, only to take the first step. "Does it still sting? Is that why you're rejecting me?" Arden asked. He rubbed at his own face. Reed kept his grimace, yet his legs felt heavy. With each move he made, away from this figure, confusion swarmed him. He didn't know what to think. But as he stared longer at whoever lured him out, He saw less of his brother. What he called overperception had been true, but it didn't make any sense. Do you want me to apologize? I'm sorry I hurt you, Reed. Do you feel better now? Arden questioned. He outstretched his arms to him, his shadow casting the flickering streetlight, fluctuating eagerly. His steps were slow moving towards him, shoe bottoms dipping into a careless puddle made from the street's holes. Yet he continued closer, his open arms welcoming him into a coddling embrace. What's going on? Reed grunted. The coughing had stopped, but his relief was far to reach. The ache in his chest felt like a hand slowly tightening inside, dragging every tendon and vein into a firmly grasped fist. His breathing became short, painful. Nothing felt normal. His fight was being stripped away from him. Everything felt hazy. Was he in a dream? Maybe he'd actually fallen asleep in his car while he waited. But still, as he was being closed in on, he felt primal danger signals peak. The hairs on the back of his neck stood. Adrenaline kicked in. Blood pumping through was agonizing. For a moment, he questioned if he would even swing if they closed the gap, although his brain was whispering that this wasn't his brother, just as it had earlier. It appeared too much so. His body felt stiff. He didn't think he could throw a meaningful punch, even if this pain wasn't ravishing his body.